so jealous of your hair.
Hi, Senator. My name is Charles, and I'm asking you a bit of a personal question because my dad actually has to take pharmaceuticals for an overactive thyroid. And this whole entire campaign, you said, I'm not taking any corporate money from the pharmaceutical industry, but in 2014, you took over $300,000 from PACs that are funded by pharmaceutical industries, and you also voted against a bill that allowed for drug reimportation from Canada, and Donald Trump was going to sign on to that. And you said your reasoning for this was that we need tighter regulations, but they have tighter regulations in Canada than we have here. So my question to you is, how can I trust you to get my drug prices lowered for my dad so he doesn't go bankrupt?
God bless you, man. And I thank you for asking that question because everything you said there is not true. And I want to tell you this, literally go to PolitiFact. This is the group from the Washington Post because there's so much of this mess out there on the internet for me, and it is not true. So look at PolitiFact and literally Google an article called "The Stupid War on Cory." I'm telling you right now, I have never stopped the importation of drugs. I would never go against it. I wrote the law. But one thing you said that has a kernel of truth in there is that in 2014, I actually made the announcement well before I was running for president that I wouldn't take any pharmaceutical money.
So $300,000 in PAC money from the corporation.
And sir, I was the 5th United States senator, the 5th, who said I will not take any PAC money.
But you did it in 2014.
And sir, I'm not telling you that I didn't take PAC money in the past. I'm telling you in 2014, years before I was running for president, I stood up and said, called out to my whole Democratic caucus and said, we've got to stop doing this. 435 Congress people did it. 95 senators were doing it, and I was one of the leaders that stood up, and guess what? A lot of people followed me. Now, I live in a state that has a lot of pharmaceutical companies, and some of these people that you were looking on the internet, you know what they count as pharmaceutical contributions? Because I'm the only United States senator, the only one that has made a decision with my life that I'm going to live in low-income communities. For 20 years, I've lived in a community where the median income where I live is $14,000 per household. So the pain of your father, I see on my block. People putting aside their insulin because they can't afford it. You want to know where my loyalties are? Come visit me in Newark, who I fight for all the time. And since I was mayor of the city of Newark, I was doing plans to drive down prescription drug costs. And so you have to understand, this is to me something that is jugular. It's not politics, it's very personal to me. If you see people in communities like mine that are suffering as a result. That's why I was one of the first United States senators to say this has got to stop and challenge House members and senators to join me in doing it. And that's why I'll tell you, if my person on my block who's a secretary for a pharmaceutical company wants to give me $1 and the folks that you are looking at count that as a contribution, no. It is, to me, this has got to be a clean system where we don't take corporate package, don't take pharmaceutical C-suite money, and I will take none of that money. And if I'm president of the United States, as I have shown with the bills that I've written, the bills that I've voted on, the work that I've done, you can be confident that I will end a system where people are profiteering off of people's pain and will drive down the cost of prescription drugs for all Americans.